back. You're back with a full game for a while. So why they have a full game. Gameplay. The last gameplay I did was a full game, was a Stray. So yeah, it smells like something. I can't hear my shit talking, like literally. Wow. Yeah, this is probably a 2.5 hour, 3 hour game, and I just try to, play some of the short games that we have free on Plus. So why the hell not? What can I do here? Part 2, okay. Sorry
about that. A lot
of
this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that.
And this game had a great Metacritic.
With the house.
I'm excited to see what this game actually represents, to be honest.
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms. Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately.
So it's kind of abandoned.
I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
Yeah, her brother died. What Remains of Edith Finch is the name of the game.
In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back. No one had driven this way in a long time, but I saw a few hoof prints.
No. Yeah, storytelling is a...
The truth is,
it's kind of a funny way to tell a story.
The house, I never thought I'd come back to it.
Fun way, not funny. Actually.
But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to.
What's up, man? How are you? Bonnekin.
The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it.
Yeah. Alright. Cold.
As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words. Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
It's actually interesting with storytelling, man. So
it didn't.
About this, like, oh yeah, storytelling is just...
I felt like the house itself had been waiting for me.
It's cool. I like it. Can I open the door now? We have zoom. The only option I think we have is the zoom option That's it. Hey. Okay, can I get him? I wish we could have run. I think we need to notice something from the mail place. Or this. Is she pregnant? What the fuck is that? She might be pregnant. I mean, that is, or she's fat. That could be a possibility too. What the fuck? Okay, there isn't no way I'm stuck in the beginning of the fucking game, right? Okay, we're going back down. I don't care. There's a poster of missing shit all over the place. So, the Billy's just fucking surprised me. And it's a strange fucking design of the house, to be honest. Crazy. Looks weird. I don't know what to do to the activists. What's up, man? What is happening? Why I cannot proceed, bro? I need to... That remains... I need to know what I need to do, bro. Why? What's going on, bro? You're looking Titanfall? Yeah, I mean, that game is beautiful. There's a back door, bro. What the fuck? We didn't see the back door. Right. Cold for me. What are you playing right now? Are you playing the campaign or multiplayer? W and W. Most W. Multiplayer. Cold. Cold.
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
Get a sip of the fucking coffee.
For the first time in years,
They fixed it? What do you mean? It was corrupted?
I felt like I was home.
It's an interesting
But
design
instead
of
a
everything,
family,
to be
there were
honest.
just memories of one. Like how after Louis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly.
Oh shit.
The table was still a wreck from the night we left.
That's funny because that's her name. Oh, Edith, actually, it's not Eddie. Maybe.
My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great-Grandma Edie living in a nursing home. It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture.
This is really like... This is spectacular, to be honest. The designing of everything in all of these books. The decoration and shit is just kind of weird to me. I don't know. Just in a weird way, it's spectacular, to be honest.
Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth. Even the fireplace had a story. Edie told me the bricks came from the original house, after it sank.
The wind is blowing.
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
Damn.
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up. Louis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him.
It's a weird choice of... Oh, that actually worked out. 20,000 leagues under the sea.
My mom was really good at keeping secrets. Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
That's the book that we opened the log from.
Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan. But I had no idea what was behind that door. Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead. I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole. Being inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting. Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat.
We are what? Okay.
The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
So you're playing as a sister right now? I think. I'm right, I mean. No. Eating something? I have a weird sense about this game.
My Halloween candy was all gone.
A good way of, weird. Not a bad way.
Mom, can I come out now?
Sweetheart, it's late. Go to sleep.
Did you lock the door on the kid, bro? What the fuck? That's cold for you.
I ate a lot of things that night.
Is that eatable? Can we eat this shit?
I kept eating and eating.
No, fuck that. I don't want to do that, bro. What the fuck is going on? No, don't eat the toothpaste. Oh my god. What the fuck? I didn't mean to do that, to be honest. Why I fucking ate it? Toothpaste, man.
Then I heard chirping outside my window. It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her.
There's no way you're jumping out.
And suddenly, I was a cat.
Oh. She is onto something, yes. She's smoking drugs. Can I climb and shit? Edith Finch is always interesting.
I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
That's a cool design, man. I don't know what to say, but I don't know what to say, to be honest. This is a cool design of everything. Weird way of storytelling, and it's just, I'm loving it. This is crazy. She's mentally ill. Cold. Didn't know that.
Mom and Dad didn't even look at me.
Checking with Edith or no Edith? Where is it? Bird. You want to eat the bird, kind of, that's an objective.
I jumped and I almost got her. I could tell she was getting really tired. Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird. I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass. Rabbits. His face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger.
How would it win a Master Chief or pilot from
A mama rabbit.
TFL? Master Chief.
She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
I think I'm just close enough.
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever. I wanted fat, juicy seeds. I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good.
Where does this motherfucker go? Went. Where the okay.
Grabbed on tight. And I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed.
Am I? Who the f? Who the f? What? Am I cracking? It's a cracking. It's not a normal fucking octopus.
Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere.
Oh, that's a monster. It's cracking.
I was big, but I moved real quiet. I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
This is.
After the last passenger, I was still hungry.
This is weird. I wish there were Edge runners.
Something I
Actually,
had to
no.
have, so I
No,
swam towards it.
No upbeat. The new DLC that came out.
I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe.
That type of show. I actually need to check it out. Cold. Depressing as fuck. What do you mean? Edge runners of Cyberpunk. I need to check it out, yeah.
I got closer and closer.
Cold. So I'm in my room now. Shiz. Am I moving towards myself? Towards...
All my stomach started growling. And suddenly, that was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to be, and we both know I will be delicious.
So almost before you. So she said, oh, I will be delicious.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
Okay. Oh, that's probably the monster that we were hanging around with.
I got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here before my mom sealed the doors.
I definitely see the signs that signs of the animals that she write about. I mean, she's a little kid, so. This is a fucking awesome game, to be honest, so far. Holy fuck.
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly. I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room.
Yeah, did I say? Yeah, I read
We got along, and it was a good place to hide from my mom.
I read Metacritics about it.
Was killed by a dragon. She could also have said he was.
It was
building a
88
dragon-shaped
Metascore.
slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't.
The shit. 2.5 hour game. Cool. This is a grandfather, right?
Her room was like a museum.
1880 until 1970, 37. That's 57 years.
For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune.
Okay.
Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind. But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington
was us.
send the house and Odin to
In the beginning,
bottom
I
of the
think
sea.
that was us inside the boat.
Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house. Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
So we kind of known all the characters in the family one by a unique way of storytelling. One way by the picture, one we turn into the
Edie knit me a new pair of gloves every
different
year,
animals, and
just in time to replace the old
reading
ones.
the diary. That's impressive.
Louis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him.
Bro, I love this kind of games, to be honest. Like, this is fucking awesome.
Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious. One summer, they evacuated the island, but Edie refused to go. For a few weeks, she was a celebrity. I hadn't thought of myself as Edith Jr. for a long, long time.
Look at the design of the fucking room, bro. What the fuck? Built in 1970, 37. The fuck? Do I need to go out from the window again?
Even in her 90s, sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother. The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife, Kay, left on the house was the pink bathroom. It was a pretty big trace.
Oh, that's a log again. Like another book. There's a Secret in the Bathroom by Swen and Edith Finch.
There's a secret in this bathroom.
There's a secret in this bathroom. We open the book.
It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
Wow.
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
You know what this writing helps? The sentence that she says stick in your mind when you read it, and she's mumbling at the same time. Am I walking on fucking air, bro? No. That's not the case.
From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me.
Oh shit. We have an entrance to the brother's room from the grandfather's room.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin. And that he never talked about him. I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
Why is it like 1961? Like she was
How I
alone?
Want to Remember
He
My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it.
You have a broken leg.
My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did.
Shit, man, my bad. Just try to speed up.
At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Oh god, definitely fucking fall down.
Sam! Calvin! Dinner's ready!
Coming!
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that.
Calvin! I'm not gonna tell you again!
Dude, get the fuck off this thing, right? Get off the zone, man. Can we even get up? That's an option? No, can we do that? I'm a fucking speed of it, okay, man. Let's see if I can.
Maybe if the wind hadn't picked up, then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother. The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Fuck.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
It's crazy, bro. Damn.
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room. Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
Like the PS5, this is a PS5 version, so it's kind of like all this controller setting and shit. It just helps you to feel as weird as it is.
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
Shouldn't I get out from here? It's a shortcut I need to open probably.
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star. I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
Oh, he loved movies, apparently. The music changed a lot. dreadful
Of all the
stories.
stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
It's on Titanfall. Cold, man. Cold. Keep it up. Hit it 100.
Was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box.
Oh, that's mean I should play that.
And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
Fucking amazing fucking design, bro. What the fuck am I watching? Yeah, that's blood, right?
Rick's clutch and imagine the worst.
Hey Tina, how are you? What's up?
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
It's an interesting game. I don't know what am I playing, to be honest. The name of the game is The Remains of Edith Finch. I don't know what is the genre of the game, to be honest, right? Yeah.
Oh, Finch rattled.
It's puzzled, kind of. Yeah.
Oh dear!
Yeah. They're supposed to scare me?
Rick?
Barb,
Broke his
relax.
fucking
I was
nose.
just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still
Oh,
holding
yeah,
it when
definitely.
she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
It's an interesting way of storytelling, to be honest. It's a comic book kind of way of proceeding on. Cold. Is it in this way?
Walter, are you there? Walter vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Is that real?
I returned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing. He couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
That night, she played her part beautifully.
Have det ännu i Liberty Row.
Walter, but just couldn't do it.
What the fuck should I go, man?
Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges grow. He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet. The hookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was... At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
Gotta be fucking kidding me.
Had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans.
This is
Of
Charles,
course, the
man.
police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter, hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her
Damn, bro. What the fuck?
That's what I call a real eerie tale.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
Oh. Damn. Cold ending, man. What the fuck am I playing, bro? This game is awesome, to be honest. Holy shit.
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
Damn.
Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara. Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left.
Yeah, it's one video is kind of cringe, but it sounds good. Doing some on live streams. I hope people do relations. That's cold, man. You should start doing it, you know? And people relaxing and they mind from themselves, yeah. It's cold. Yeah, you should start doing it.
It's funny.
Trying.
All those times I played with the music box and never found the basement key.
Trying doesn't hurt, no?
My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin. The last time I was in Edith Sr.'s room, I was 10 and she was painting my portrait.
It'll be boring in those rooms, I think. They don't have an entrance to the top floor, but I can't check out the...
I wonder if that comic was right about there being a key inside the music box near the basement.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Yeah, I try sometimes that I cannot sleep, you know. Water sounds helps a lot, actual. 8 hours soon, it's so cold, man, cold. Fucking hell yeah.
Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot. I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages.
It's really
I thought maybe she was hiding presents.
What a way to do a storytelling, man. This is...
It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that.
This is another door? It's in the fucking fridge.
I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could.
What's it?
If there's a pattern in all these stories,
It's a storage for food and shit.
I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years. On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow.
I don't think it's a compliment.
But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything.
So what? She just thinks he's
Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal.
It's the shit.
Almost friendly.
So
And then
weird,
one
man.
day, everything just stopped. Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid. It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting.
You're out of food.
I have to leave.
That's why.
Well, I still can.
Yeah. Yes. That's probably passing time. The game was how we had a lot of it. Seriously, like, this is seriously disturbing
I
at
know
the
it's
same
out
time
there
magnificent.
somewhere.
I noticed the handwriting
Whatever
is
killed
different.
Barbara. And Molly.
Molly's dead?
And Calvin.
Right.
Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me. Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it. I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food. I don't mind if I only have a year left. Or a month. Or a single week. I'd be happy with one more day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
No way he fucking killed himself. With a train?
Walter died when I was 6. I
Died
can't
or-
believe my mom never told me he was down here.
Died or killed himself, that's the question. So, the timeline that I'm watching is Odin was the grandfather of the house. He was born in 1937. This guy probably was other grandfather, 1952. Yeah, Eddie. That motherfucker was, Eddie was 90, motherfucker was 83 years old. I'm not fucking tripping, 93. No, nah, 80. That's cold. Nah, 93, that was right. Gregory, we have goes. We need to, yeah, I'm not gonna make any assumptions right now. We're gonna proceed into the game. At last.
I'm sure my
we're
mom
gonna do
was trying to
something.
protect me.
Holy man.
Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter. But if she never told me about an uncle under the house,
Uncle.
I can only
Shit.
imagine what else she was hiding. I don't want to make the same mistakes she made.
And dude, this was a trash can for him. It smells like shit, probably.
Trying to bury something that's still alive. Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe 2, I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself and found out what happened to everyone else. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real.
Did he kill himself, bro? What the fuck am I doing?
I don't know if I should even be writing this.
Took a screenshot of that.
Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me. But I thought you should know about your family. And the history you're a part of. Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now. I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth. And when you look at the house, that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness, any of it seems possible. I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it. What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house?
Yeah, that's crazy, to be honest. She makes a great point. How was your weekend? Actually, I didn't do anything special.
To admit this, but
I went out with my friends, told my friends, then took a coffee and came home. Read Harry Potter 1 a little bit.
The pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable.
Didn't do anything special. I took
3
coffee
of the
places.
gerbils were mine, and 2 had been my fault. Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery.
Molly's dead. I don't know why Molly's dead. She was 10. What the fuck? What was the cause of death? Calvin was 11. Barbara was 16.
I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away. She could see it poking out of the water at low tide.
Just cold, actually. Thinking is the best thing to do, to be honest. What the fuck are we doing with this earth?
Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night.
Is there anything else I should look for? Hold.
Edie's side was always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from. She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us. There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself.
I am. I definitely am.
But looking back on it now, if she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
That's what I'm saying, bro. She's fucking pregnant, man. That stomach was crazy. I'm gonna fall in and fucking die, too. Don't fucking do that, please. And look down at she was either fat or some, like, have a baby in her stomach.
I never
and
met
shit.
Grandpa Sam, but I
Pretty.
think he and my mom had a lot in common.
Right.
They were both pretty intense.
Yeah.
Sam
Well,
spent
because
his
I
life
want her.
shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something.
Interesting room. Stuffed cat, bro. What's wrong with you, man? Airline ticket for Edith Finch.
Instead of
Let's see
hiding from
what's-
death,
this
Sam
guy's
seemed to
story.
go out of his way to meet it.
I was a soldier. See? Envelope. Bro was taking selfies, man.
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
Hmm?
Perfect.
Am I gonna have to shoot anything? It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it?
Magnificent.
Please just take the damn picture.
Fucking.
Hey!
Wait
language.
till it's sorry, bro. I'm happy I cooked dinner. Hey. Anyways, you're too cold. I like to cook dinner though.
I will never forget
The
this
food will
weekend,
be
Dad.
fucking ready for me.
That's the spirit. Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful.
I like to cook my
camera's
own
older than
steak
you are.
because a weird taste, but other foods doesn't matter that much.
You're right, Dad. It's starting to clear up. Still freezing, though.
Who am I supposed to take a picture from?
Aw.
Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee.
Hold
Take a
still while I
piss,
take
bro.
a picture of you.
Hey!
That's a keeper.
They were so happy.
I'm
like,
just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Don. You'll need to remember this stuff if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Don, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years.
I'm taking cool pictures, bro. What the fuck?
Last time I was with my brother Calvin. Man, that was a great trip. Your grandpa Sven taught us how to fish. How to...
Dad!
Good eyes, Don. the shot. Let me get a picture of it.
Where is she?
Dad, I...
Just breathe. Let me get behind you.
Do I have to do this?
Dawn, you don't have to do anything. But if you want... Great shot, Dawn!
Why the fuck she's crying, bro?
I'm proud of you, Dawn.
Oh, that's me, bro.
Always remember that, okay?
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally
sick.
normal, Dawn. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about...
Dad!
That's when she's... I mean, that's... And he fell down and he probably died. That's just way too severe. You need to fucking knife that shit before I...
Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had
Finish
told
the
me.
job, bro. What the fuck? Yeah, that's a good way to go, bro. That's cold for you, man. On to the next room.
After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
It's a baby. Divorce contract.
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it.
Seen this game before, I never been fucking. Yeah, the ass is crazy, actually. I didn't hear anything about it before this started, to be honest. But this is just
things the rest of us
the
don't.
way of it tells the story is unique and such a fucking like creativity. Holy fuck.
Over, Gregory. It's time to... Hold on, sweetie. Hello?
Most of the amazement is the decoration, like
Sam,
everything.
I told you I don't want to talk right now.
I wonder what he saw. What his world was like. He reminded me so much of Calvin. Lost in his imagination. Whatever it was he saw.
Should I hit the fucking whale?
Sure made him happy.
Yeah.
I know how silly it sounds. But I worried about a baby being too happy.
So this is weird as fuck, man. I like it.
But I could feel him slipping away.
Bro, he's having fun. What the fuck, man?
Maybe if I hadn't called that night.
Damn it.
So you're gonna leave the kid on the bathtub? No way, nah. If I open the water, probably. Is it bad?
I wish she could have told us about the world we saw.
She's gonna drown, bro. Baby, it's gonna fucking drown, man.
There's so much I don't understand about Gregory.
Yeah. Yeah. They fucked you up. I mean, there's a way with a story,
but I know what happened wasn't your fault.
It's Gregory, it's a he.
I'm sure as hell. And he'd want you to be happy too. Good luck, Kay. Love, Sam.
Damn. So he called, Mom lost his focus for some reason. And the baby died. When he was 1. Cold, man. Drowned in a fucking tub.
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet...
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard. My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart. I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her. We don't need a stepmom, were the words that I
now pronounce you husband and wife. Make his bride.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to
Come here.
But Gus declined, and as a sign held up his middle finger.
Damn. Cold now.
The wind picked up, and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent. Rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made.
It destroyed the tent.
The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder." I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't. Until we found you.
So the tent's fucked up, hit the kid. The other kid died like that. When he was 13.
She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were
I
going
wonder
to
if these
Gus.
stories are real. There is no way, like. If it is, holy shit, what a bad luck for the whole fucking family, man. You're pregnant. Are you gonna
My
fucking...
mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died.
That's cold.
At the time, it was as far away as she could get.
Aren't you pregnant?
She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
Indian.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Louis was born a year later. When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back.
This is fucking pretty, man. Not gonna lie, oh god, it's
and to
pretty.
see kids in the house again. The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that. And for a while, things were good. Almost normal.
House? This house is schooling the fucking kids.
But it didn't last.
Edith, Louise, and Milton. Homeschool.
The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle. After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings.
Is that paint or blood? I can't tell anymore. Milton.
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush. I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
I had everyone added way except Eddie for some reason.
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors. Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
Taking a screenshot.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Louis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
Imagine sitting on this fucking swing, man. Enjoying the fucking view. Drinking a coffee. Or wine.
I Everyone always told me to stay out of Lewis's room. Except Lewis.
Oh, that's a cold fucking room. What the fuck?
Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery, but he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to wander. I asked him to describe it. He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats. And toads. And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself.
I said a devil tasking the fuck out of this.
But he found something more. I worried about him then. Daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend. On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians. And songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination. So he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor. And he won. They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him.
Louistopia.
He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. Reality. Handsome queen. Sinister serpents. He followed the sound of her. His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound.
Now I'm
He
not
knew the
seeing
world
any
was
fucking
all in
like
his imagination.
realities. Like less, as we pursue, we see less of the fucking machine that I was working with and shit. We just see the fishes.
But he was so proud. For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Lewis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him. Began to forget the world we know. I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker.
Now I'm working through myself as a...
He began to despise the man with a royal contempt. I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions.
I'll be back in 1 second. Alright.
Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on advising him. His queen waited, holding his crown. There was only one thing left to do. Bend down, I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
So here's Trosh, put his head down to the... Oh my god, man.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him. Lewis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot. On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why we left. My mom ended up leaving everything behind. What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner. But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night. That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
That was me who left. Hey, Bonnigan.
The power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance.
Hello.
Or that Edie had a key to it.
This string quality is dog shit, right? Or am I just tripping?
That thing you're afraid of isn't going
it's dog
to
shit,
end
right?
when you leave the house.
Yeah, it is. I know when it hits like 7 in the morning, it happens. I should probably start sooner. Where the fuck should I go? Yep, cold. Watch 1080 is crazy.
Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your story. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning, okay?
I ever saw the old house aground.
Should I walk towards the house? I should.
God, it smelled awful. No, I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way. I got turned around. I started seeing things. Things I'd forgotten had ever existed. But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them. Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it. Let go.
I was sent 20 songs all day. I don't know why.
I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car.
It's just sometimes the song is sticking in your head. It's... Sorry for the quality, man. I just don't know what the fuck is wrong. Actually, no, what's wrong. It's not PSN anymore. It's
I never
just
saw Quick Camera Edie again.
Internet.
The next morning, the band came to pick her up, but she was already gone.
I think she killed himself, to be honest.
After that, we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it. A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot. She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is. This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you and tell you all these stories myself.
This is...
But I guess if you're reading this now,
a lot of curiosity, to be honest.
This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had the chance to be here at all.
It's my free, yeah.
Good luck.
It's just such a, I don't know. What if it was a boy? Why was a boy at the end? Story by Giant Sparrow for Shirley Dallas, 1948 to 2013. What the fuck was that? It was so fucking pretty, man. The images starting. Oh, it's crazy. Crazy. It was crazy good, to be honest. And the fact that they just put the it's not at the end. The fact that they put the baby pictures of the creators and the designers is fun, actually. I had to start my stream like 4 or 5 hours sooner. This is fucked. Like, I'm gonna let the credits go by, actually. Let me pause and resume this stream, actually. Let's see. Actually, yeah, it was awesome, man, to be honest. Holy shit. I like these kind of games, you know. It's short and it's beautiful, to be honest. Thanks, John. See, we're seeing the names and shit. And it gave me a trophy for it because I was seeing it. Awesome. Let the credits go by. It's just respectable to do that, to be honest. What happened? Finishing the stream, yeah. With this fucking quality, I mean, probably. I'm gonna start streaming like 3 hours playing some Fortnite though. After my internet is fixed. And for the night I'm gonna probably download Reddit and do another Reddit. And 3 hours I'm definitely starting a Fortnite session. This was fucking shocked. I need to call the fucking internet company and cuss them out. That only makes sense. I never had internet problems. Like, Neil Druckmann, what the fuck? Yo. That's Neil. How long did you stream? As long as, like, the game goes by 1 hour and 15 minutes. 50. 2 hours almost. Bro, I saw Neil's name. Probably didn't saw it because of the fucking dog shit quality, but yeah, it is. It was awesome. Yeah. I'm gonna call the fucking internet company. Say, what the fuck are you guys doing? Why every time it's 7 o'clock in the morning everything goes to fuck? And if I join you in for nah man, we can play together. It's cold. No problem. Yeah, see you in like 3 hours. Peace. That's what everyone who watched you. And sorry for the quality again. Now quality is good because my face cam is good actually, because nothing is moving probably, I don't know. Yeah. Cold. Great game, W game. Thanks for the over design this shit. Damn. Cold. Peace, everyone. Away. Maybe you wake up bored. Shit for now. Yeah, it'll be fine. You know, it's cold. I'll play some games. It's no zero, so no zero. It's zero build, so it's gonna be a problem. Yeah, you probably see. Yeah, you probably see me go online. Just stop by. Peace.